Anyway, so let's get to like less depressing stuff. So, sketches for this week. Alright. So I started off this week. I wanted to do some fan art. Of course, I'm always doing fan art. So I did Haku and Chihiro. I think it's pronounced Chihiro. That's how it's spelled anyway. From Spirited Away. And I actually like the dynamic between these two because I know that it wasn't supposed to be a romantic attachment because they're children. So it was more like a friend attachment. But I don't know. I know a lot of people take it in a romantic direction, but I know that Miyazaki in particular, he does write romantic relationships, but his main focus, and a thing that I read once about him, is that he just focuses on relationships. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic, because love comes in all sorts of forms. You've got friendship, you've got parenting, you've got obviously husband and wife, mother and child, that sort of thing, father and child, whatever. So that's what I kind of liked about Spirited Away, was that like you felt like that was the undertone, but it really wasn't the focus. Like the focus really was just helping each other and building that relationship. So it was really nice, and I think that's why I enjoyed it. Oh yeah, I also got Howl's Moving Castle on DVD, but I think that's in my DVD player, so I can't show you. And then I did open art trades for a little bit. Actually, they were open for a while. I just didn't start getting a lot of response until like just this week. And this is the Harmonizer, which is Fred 8's. I think it's Fred 8 on DeviantArt. And she asked for... Oh, that's my phone going. And she asked for her character, the Harmonizer, to be done in my duck style. So, I did it. But this was not the drawing. This was just a sketch of an idea. And I was kind of going to have her like she's rubbing her shoulder because it's hurt and something like that. Because she's like in training or whatever. I ended up not going with that. And then I was going to do her like yawning or something like that and stretching. And then I decided not to go with that. And then, this is so many. I was going to have her like having fallen down or something and looking up at something like, oh my god, don't kill me, sort of pose. I didn't end up going with that. And the sketch that I actually did end up going with, if I can find it, because I did it later, I was so stuck on what to do for her in particular, that I think I just kind of skipped doing it and moved on to some other stuff to kind of clear my head. And, yeah, I know it's in here somewhere. There is a sketch, I promise. I gotta find it, though. It's in here somewhere. Not that. Ah! Well, whatever, but ultimately I just kind of and I moved on to something else just to kind of clear my head. So I did eventually come back to it, and I did do it digitally. And I know my camera's making the colors wonky, but it's on my DeviantArt, on my Twitter, on my Tumblr, and on my Instagram, so you guys could go take a look at that at any point. But this is what I ended up doing. It's just kind of like a sleepy pose of her. Like, I imagine she's a younger heroine. Hero. And I keep calling her a she, even though I know that the character's premise is to be dressed like a boy and be mistaken for a boy. But I just kind of figured that she's kind of a immature hero, so she does things like fall asleep during lecture like somebody would in school or something. So yeah. And that's what I did for her, and that was her half of the trade. And then she did my half, I believe, if I recall correctly, she did Nega Piper? I'm sorry, my brain is like so asleep right now, it's not even funny. But she did her half of the trade, and I was super happy with it. Actually, I'm going to look it up right now because I think it's rude that I don't know what she did for me. And I apologize for that if you watch my videos, Miss Harmonizer, Miss Fred 8. Fred 8. Oh no, my DeviantArt closed. What the crap is going on here? Well, anyway, so I had a lot of fun with the character because there was information about her, but like some of it I had to kind of guess on because I wasn't sure of her personality. I haven't read, there wasn't too much. It's just that was as developed as the character was at the time. So yeah, I'll go through, and then when that uploads I'll talk about that. This is supposed to be my OC Clara. She's as a child, looking over her shoulder and stuff like that. And I was just kind of looking for random poses to do, and I just thought that that one would be cool. And then I doodled Scarlet, and yeah, because I just like drawing color. And this was going to be a Piper and Trevor thing. And I just ended up not finishing it because, I don't know, my brain was going to mush at that point. And when my brain goes to mush, there's really nothing I can do. Because everything, I'll only drop bits and pieces of stuff. And then I just quit. I get lazy. And then I was drawing an older picture of Clara and Delvin with longer hair because I have to design that anyway. And then Clara just a little bit older. She like maintains a lot of her youthful appearance as she gets older. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing the camera. I'm trying to reach over here. I don't know why I do this. I put my computer on the other side of where I normally would. Okay, yeah, Fred 8 did do an art trade of Nega Piper, and she did it in color pencil. And I remember that she was upset because the hair looks too dark, but I use a significantly dark brown color for Piper's hair and Nega Piper because they have the same hair color. And it has been mistaken for black before. But no, she does have brown hair, and it's okay. I still like it because it's exactly how she's supposed to look. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll show the picture. Just show the picture. And this is the art treat she did for me. It's really cute. I love it. I love the pose. And kind of like looking over like, well, what you staring at? Of course, staring at that voom. Of course. So I was super happy and I really love it. And I'm like, yay, fan art of Nega Piper. Because nobody ever does Nega Piper. I think people just don't like her because she's just so evil. But she's my evil baby. But anyway, back to this now. And I was working on a younger version of Delvin, and I was having such a hard time with his mouth. Like, now that I look at it through the viewfinder, it's like the mouth is too low and too off to the side. So if we moved it over, it looked fine. And then I was trying to get their eye shapes right, because I know his are more kind of pointed, but hers are lashed. I don't know. I'm just trying to do character development and get this stuff going, because, like, it's my baby project. I've been wanting to do it for a while. And then I did a picture of them as kids. She ignored the bad anatomy, but they're just kind of like a couple of roughhousey sort of kids. She's very much a tomboy, and he's just a boy. He plays, and like he's not afraid of frogs, and like probably always showing her cute frogs and things like that. I really like the two. They're adorable together. They're troublemakers too. I think that makes it even more fun. But here they're like at a swimming hole or something, and he's just showing her a frog, and she's like, oh, he's so cute. And then I did a Lin Beifong because I love Lin Beifong. She's like the ultimate badass superhero heroine. I was very happy with her from Legend of Korra. I didn't like what they did to her in the second and third seasons. They kind of made her seem more petty about the whole thing with Tenzin, and like competitive over like, I know that there was a scene with Mako when Korra had gone in, spoiler alert, and he broke up with her and she kicked his desk or something, and then Lin came out and says, you should have seen what I did to Air Temple Island. And it's like, why? Why do you have to try to out-bitch somebody? I mean, that's what it came across as, is like, I'm the badder bitch. I tore up an island when someone broke up. Who cares? How is that even... Who cares how mean you were when someone broke up with you? Seriously. Why do we have to go there? Why do girls have to be like a one-upping contest or whatever? Part of me just, that frustrates me so bad because like it just seems so petty. And it's like, why couldn't she have just been like, you know, okay, cool, but keep your drama out of the workplace? That easy. Gets the point across that, you know, I'm still the badass in charge without bringing into, well, when this dude broke up with me, har, har, har. Just, that part made me sad. It made me very sad. But I guess you can't win them all. But this picture of Lin Beifong, I enjoyed drawing it. You know, it's kind of more my style. I'm trying to make my eyes a little bit smaller because, and like, these are seriously spaced apart. This whole eye actually could move in a tick. But, I guess I didn't think about that when I was drawing it. Because it doesn't look like I erased it at all. But, yeah. So, fan art of Lin Beifong. And then I did more Clara, and she's getting a flower, being given a flower, probably by Delvin, maybe by Wilbur. I haven't decided. Bleh. She's kind of like, a flower, because she's not that kind of girl. And this is that sketch of the harmonizer that I was looking for forever. And I was like, I can't find it. But it was in there. So you guys already saw this one digital coloring. Then I was doing an OC of mine who looks too much like Asami for me to be happy, and Koga from Inuyasha, because Koga is like forever going to be my anime crush. Like, everyone's got one, so don't even lie to me about that. But I just like him as a character, and I always felt like he kind of got shafted in the series, but whenever. So yeah, so I was just doodling Koga, really. I wanted to doodle somebody in a kissing scene, and Koga in my OC. Because this OC, if I recall correctly, I think I called her Danny. Yeah, it was Danielle. It was Danny. So, whatever. And then just a duck pose. Then there's Nigel. This is Nigel, whose creator's name on DeviantArt is just Terror That Flaps. And I did do this digitally. Like Friday night, I think it was Friday night, I was up for like 12 hours live streaming all of this. So, yeah. And before anyone says anything, I did at some point, once or twice, I've put up notifications that I'm live streaming, and it does absolutely no good. People don't come. So I'm not going to waste my time putting up notifications for nobody to show up. I'll put them on my social medias, and if you're on my social medias, you'll see them. And it's not that you're not invited. It's just that I don't have time to make a video, because I have to make the video and put it up, and then I have to switch over all of my setup in order to do it. So I'm just not going to do it no more. But anyway, so here is the digital work of that. Again, it's quite a bit distorted because of the lighting and my camera. Not my camera. Well, yeah, my camera and my desktop or my laptop. This one turned out, that expression just turned out fantastic. I was so happy with it. So yeah, I've got this on my DeviantArt, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever. And then the artwork that I got in return was Piper. And she just looks so sexy. Look at her. She's like, yeah, I know I look good. I'm rocking it. And she is rocking it. And I love like this little hair detail right here. And just kind of swoops up and gets caught on the shoulder. I love it. And then of course she's wearing like a nice little halter sleeve top thingy. Ah, it's totally her style too. I'm so happy with it. It's so cute. Love it. Yeah, fan art makes me happy. I don't get very much of it unless I open trades, and then I get some. And that's it back here. I did one more because you guys saw it last week actually. Let me show you. I did one more, if I can bring it up. There's Photoshop. I did one more art trade, and that was with Gray of PTA, and this was his Millie character. Now this has been done for a little while, so again, color distortion, so go check it out. My Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, I'll have the links below. And this was of his character Millie, and what I got in return was this awesome little comic with Nega Piper and one of Gray of PTA's dingoes, fanboy dingoes. Yeah. But I adore, like, oh my god. I can't even talk about how much I love her pose because it's so typical of her. She is so haughty and snotty and snobbish. I love it. And it's funny because she did not come from that kind of a background. And just like the way her hips are out, I'm like, oh, delicious. I love it. I'm just so happy with it. And yeah, and like, he put up little details of the eyes and everything. I was just so happy with it. I love it. I love his style. It's like, again, it's loose and like it's almost a dramatic sort of pose, like almost to where it doesn't make sense, but it makes so much sense, and I love it so much. And he was in my live stream, and he was being really cool and talking with me, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty flipping cool. But yeah, oh, and then I did one more artwork I forgot about. I didn't actually sketch a picture of it. I just drew it completely digitally. And it's of my OC Scarlet. And yeah, I love how the background turned out because like the background is a hint of like the kind of person she is. And I guess that was my point. And then like I just made her like in this seductive sort of, because again, she is a porn star, seductive little pose, like suggestive, whatever. and it turned out really good. Like I was kind of going for a grunge background, but I used like the same, and like this was brought up in live stream too, is I use like the same background, the same texture in like almost every single one of my pictures. And it's true, I do, because I like it so much. It works well, and like you could do so many different things with it. But that, and I'm too lazy to find new textures, so forgive me for that. But that is it for this week. I'm supposed to be starting back with my uploads on Mondays, but I just like recording on Sunday nights because it's easier, and usually I've got the time on Sundays. I mean, I would have the time on Mondays too, but I try to start all my errands on Monday. So, start expecting to see, and I'm still debating on the vlog thing. I might try out a couple test vlogs just to see how it is. I'm, again, very apprehensive about putting my face on the internet because people are kind of mean. But we'll see. So if you liked what you saw this week, go ahead, like and subscribe below. All of my social media will be in the description below as well. Yeah. So feel free to comment. Feel free to not comment, I guess, and do whatever you want. It's all good to me. But in any event, I will see you guys next week. Bye.